talk. You're telling me that you went out into the yard and pretended to be a chef and ate grass?
We would like wrap the grass up in leaves, and then I'd be like, "Here you go."
That explains why your brother's the way he is. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Talkative Bunch podcast. This is episode 2. The date is April 26, 2020, and I'm joined with the usual suspects as well. We got Jake, Morgan, and Austin. I am Andash, and, welcome to the podcast. How y'all doing?
Gucci.
Good.
Gucci gang.
Pretty
My
decent.
little pumped.
So, the first question I got for y'all is rate your guys' top
Hey guys,
5.
happy April 26th.
What the fuck was that, Morgan?
Welcome back to the podcast.
That was just so obnoxiously loud that it hurt.
What? Oh, I'm sure I saw him.
What I'm saying is, my question is for you guys. Name your guys' top 3 cereal.
Oh,
brands.
sorry, was I too loud?
Wait, so you're not? Are you not gonna name your top 3?
I'm going to last. I just want to
Why?
hear your guys'.
You go first.
Do you want me to name my top 3 cereal brands?
Go
Yeah.
first. We need
In
an
order
example.
of how I like it, number 1,
Floppy.
Honey Bunches of Oats. Number 2,
That's number 1.
Yeah, that's number 2,
Gross.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Number 3,
Grosser. You just like
Raisin
honey.
Bran.
You
You're
like
an old
cereal. You
man.
just like honey.
What do you mean?
The third one was Raisin Bran.
The third one was Raisin Bran.
No
Oh
way.
my god.
I love Raisin
It
Bran.
was-
Are you guys?
I'll
You
tell
better
you
not
right now-
flame
I'll
me
tell
for
you right
liking
now.
Raisin Bran, dude.
It was overshadowed by the
Raisin
gross
Bran's for
cereals you
babies. You're a
mentioned first.
baby, Andash. You're a baby.
Andash is a
old man.
baby.
Andash is a baby.
All right, Jake. What is your top 3 cereal brands?
Fruity Pebbles.
I like Captain
Fruit Loops.
Crunch, Cocoa
Count
Krispies.
Chocula.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, the fact that how fucking hectic that was, Jake. Please say it again.
All right, sorry. I like Captain Crunch, Cocoa Krispies, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Thanks.
In that order.
That was Morgan, by the way.
That was
In that
one,
order?
by the way.
Okay.
Jake, what is yours?
Fruity Pebbles.
Nice.
Fruit Loops.
Nice.
Count Chocula.
Nice.
Is that 1, 2, 3? Fruity Pebbles
Yep.
is number 1.
1, 2,
Why?
3. Fruity
It's
Pebbles
so
is first.
much- It's just so. It's too much for me, man. I
It's
can't
not.
do it.
You're
Here's
too
the
much for me,
Flintstones.
man.
It's not. I don't know. Austin, what are your top 3?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a bowl of milk, and granola.
Those are. I'm so. So you're telling me you think a bowl of milk is just cereal?
Yes.
He has
Yes.
a point.
I
could
don't
be a
know about
soup.
that. I don't know about that at all.
Is a bowl of milk just soup? Is any liquid in a bowl just soup?
No. Okay, if we're gonna have this debate, I had this. Is cereal soup?
Yes. It is a
yeah.
subcategory of soup.
I don't believe it's soup
Why? Explain.
because I believe that soup needs to be hot and you need to
Why?
like cook it.
Why?
Why does soup need to be hot? Because when in your life would you be like, man, I really want to.
Oh, so gazpacho is a cold vegetable soup. So it doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
It's
doesn't
also a
okay,
character
okay.
in
But in my-
one of the best animated television shows, Chowder.
Exactly. Wait, is chowder cold?
No, Chowder's hot.
Chowder's not
traditionally.
No, chowder's warm. Chowder can be warm.
Borscht. Cold
I know
Borscht?
borscht is cold, but is borscht a soup?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I don't know about all that.
I think you lost.
You lost, buddy.
Everything's soup. Everything we do is
No,
soup.
cereal is not. You can't like
Cereal
look
is
at me in
soup.
the eye and
Hey,
tell
come
me
on.
cereal is soup.
You
Cereal
tell
is
me
not
the
fucking
difference between cereal and beef stew. Well, okay, wait, that's
There's
a
so
stew.
many
Don't disregard.
differences.
That's
No,
a
wait,
stew.
stew is
Guys,
just a subdivision of
I have a
soup.
definitive answer.
All right,
Uh,
Morgan, go ahead.
Soup cereal is not soup. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. Soup, defined, is a liquid food made by boiling or simmering meat, fish, or vegetables and various added ingredients. you don't boil your milk for cereal and then cool it
So if
down.
I
Yeah,
just
know what I
boiled
do.
a steak, that would be soup.
If
Yeah.
you took cereal and boiled it and then cooled it down and ate it, that would be soup.
All right,
I'll
let's
do it.
That sounds really gross. No,
You ever drink hot Kool-Aid?
Yes.
and I don't
When it
intend.
sits out, you just drink it anyways.
None of you got my reference.
What's
Whoa,
the fucking
my
reference?
chair just fucking broke.
Sorry, that
Really?
was me.
I'm sorry.
I'm good.
What was the reference to, Jake?
You ever seen that video, Hot Kool-Aid?
I've never seen that video. No. What is it referenced to?
Julian Smith. No, it was just a YouTube guy. He was big back when we were in like 5th grade.
I'm drawing a blank.
I can't believe you.
I can't believe you've done this.
Going off the food theme, what in your guys' opinion is the best snacks to eat during a movie?
Snacks to eat during a movie?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, 100%.
Yeah, popcorn.
I mean, yeah, duh, popcorn. I mean, yes.
White cheddar
that's my
popcorn.
answer to-
Then
white
why did you
cheddar
ask?
butter. No, I'm saying, but like, do you guys have any like go-to snacks
No.
outside of popcorn?
No.
Oh, outside of popcorn?
No.
A bunch of crunch.
What's a bunch of crunch?
It's Nestle Crunch, but like movie theater brand version.
Interesting.
It's like isn't that they're kind of like balls?
Yeah, so imagine those like
Bag of
cookie dough
balls.
bites that they had in movie theater, but then replace them with Nestle Crunch. Yeah, I like
Sounds
those.
good.
I eat them with the popcorn. I get a nice
Salty
the
and sweet
trade-off.
combo?
Salty sweet. I like that. I'm vibing with
No,
that.
I was gonna say soft and puffy, but you
Oh.
to each your own.
Okay.
Soft
Tomato,
and
tomato.
puffy.
Soft and puffy. You know how
Who
it
the
be.
fuck calls it soft and puffy? Jesus
Everyone.
Christ. No, I've never heard someone call popcorn soft and puffy. Who are you? You sound like you're 80 years old.
The soft, I was referring to the bunch of crunch.
But now you're calling popcorn puffy?
Yeah,
It is.
it's puffed corn.
It's puffy.
Popcorn's puffy.
I
You
don't
never
like
touched
that
that
term.
Not
shit?
puffy. Literally, popcorn is puffed corn.
That's
Jesus
literally
Christ.
what it is. It's
Goodness me.
idiot.
Goodness, man.
What is
You
the last movie you guys saw in theaters before it all closed down?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Harley Quinn.
Ice.
Birds of Prey.
That was a good movie. I saw that in theaters, but
I like it. It was
the
very
last movie I saw.
Deadpool-y. Very Deadpool-y. Like
The
unneeded gore. Her doing voiceover. It was a little too Deadpool-y.
You think
Yeah.
so?
It was kind of copying. I don't know.
That's a bold claim.
It was still good. I still really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I don't know. The plot seemed like it just kind of like skewed out of left field for no reason.
It was
It
kind
did-
of also like unneededly sexist.
That was true. And it did what Suicide Squad did. You know what I'm saying? It was just like here's the villain. Go kill
Go get them. Go
kind
get
of
them.
thing. But
Also,
the
I did
last-
not know that one girl had powers till the very end. Like, I didn't know that was like Black Canary. Alright.
I don't even know. What
even
superpower
watch
does
the
Harley
movie,
Quinn
to be
have?
honest. I
What
didn't watch
superpower does Harley Quinn have?
Harley Quinn's just crazy, and she's good
Chaotic.
at combat. I'm pretty sure. Chaotic. That's
She
it.
just has chaotic energy, and she just.
I mean,
kicks
what's
ass
the
like that.
what's the Joker superpower?
energy. She just has a lot of crackhead energy.
I mean, when you think about it, yeah, what's the Joker's superpower? Just chaos.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I'd argue also fearlessness, but that's not
Yeah,
really a
but
superpower.
that's also being
That's
chaos.
the other thing. He's not a superhero. He's a villain, so he doesn't
That's
have
true.
that power.
But are you calling Harley Quinn a superhero?
No,
I don't
Well,
know.
Anti-hero.
in
She's
terms
an
of
anti-hero, I think. I think she's an anti-hero.
like Deadpool.
Yeah.
The fact that we said it's so much like Deadpool, and we're like Deadpool, huh?
I watched I watched Break On Through, the story of Ray Manzarek, the keyboardist to The Doors. That was the last movie
That's
I saw in
cool.
theaters. It was a Fandango special.
Fandango special.
Last movie I saw in theaters was Band of Brothers, the movie based on the band.
Brothers.
Brothers.
Brothers band. Brothers bear.
Wait, hold on, Jake. Is this like the World War II Band of Brothers? Is that what it is?
No. It's based
Oh,
on the
since
band.
we were brothers, or once we were brothers.
Yeah. I still haven't seen The Last Waltz. I gotta watch that.
Dude, oh man,
I have
it was
no
so
idea
good.
what you're talking about.
I didn't watch it until afterwards. It was so good.
What's the last waltz?
So, Andash, there is a band from the 60s/70s called The Band. You may know them from the song The Wait. I won't say any. There are other songs
Band
because you
performed
will not know them. But they were very highly revered among most every single musician that was there during the time and today that know about them. But they had a big retirement or ceremony where they were just basically ending the band. But
technically, the first farewell concert.
Okay.
yeah, but there were a bunch of like special musicians came in and performed. Eric Clapton was there. I can't remember any of the others, but people like
Ringo Starr.
that.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
He's not a big musician.
He wasn't
didn't know
supposed to be
No,
anywhere.
Ringo just showed up. All the other people were at like dress rehearsal and practice and stuff, except for Ringo, who just showed up.
I
Ringo
love that
and-
he can do that.
Ringo and Ronnie Wood just showed up, and they're like, "Well, we don't really know what to do, so here's rhythm guitar and a second drum set. Just play the same thing."
Oh, I think I saw something about this. I feel like I saw a clip where Ringo was just drumming really awkwardly next to somebody, and I was like,
Yeah.
No,
"What's he
that was
doing?"
every single live video of Ringo with anybody.
That's
Yeah.
also true. When I saw Ringo Starr live when he came to Cleveland, I was like, why are there two drummers? I'm like, he's a drummer. It doesn't make sense for them to play the exact same part. But the movie I saw in theaters last was Knives Out.
Oh, I meant to see that.
It was so good.
How was it?
Knives Out was good. I enjoyed it.
No, it was honestly like, in terms of like the movies that came out this
It
year,
was pretty good.
it was pretty good. It kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
I
I
would
think Chris
say
Evans in a different role too.
Yes, that was so good.
number 1 probably Captain Crunch. Number 2 Cocoa Krispies. Number 3 Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. So for the listeners, we're all in college.
Back
and,
home.
Yeah, for all the listeners back home, we're all stuck at home. I'll ask this question to each of you, and you can just kind of like answer it at your own free will. But I'll start for the answering portion. The question I want to ask is, what people should have told you before you went to college? I guess the one thing I wish I knew is that you gotta live with another person, like that you gotta
did you
live
not
in the
know that?
same exact. No. I understand that, like, yeah, but you gotta live with like in the same breathing room as another human being, and that was like
Yeah.
really new to me.
It sucks.
Well, I knew it going in. Don't get me wrong. Like, I knew I was gonna do it, but like, no one knows like how to exact. I've never shared a room with anyone in my life. I've never done that shit.
I felt this.
So like, just experience of like having to also cater to another human being besides myself was very new to me, and I was like, how to get used to it. I loved my roommate though. My roommate was awesome. Shout out Jared Webb. But yeah, Jake,
What? Wait, what?
tell us about your roommate experience.
My
No, that
roommate
wasn't the
experience?
question.
I live in my own home.
So bad? Good?
I hate them all.
No, Jake, but what do you think is one thing people told you before you started college?
I wish people would have told me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Literally, nothing has changed for me. Like, college is the
You're pretty much
easiest thing
living the
I've
same
ever done.
life as senior year of high school,
I am literally nothing.
if not
changed.
better.
College.
Because you don't have to go to high school at all.
That's true. It's better. I go to school for about 2 hours and go home.
Not bad. Morgan?
Pretty good.
I would say, especially if you're going out of state. First of all, on the roommate thing, yeah, hate your roommate. It's gonna suck if you're not used to that. Definitely. There will definitely be some challenges with that, but I would say, most people turn 18 while in high school as a senior, and they're technically an adult, but definitely aren't treated as an adult. If you're going out of state or far away from your home and you're an adult, you're an adult.
Yeah, remember you're an adult.
You're
There's
pretty much
actual
just
consequences.
immediately put into anything you do has consequences, good or bad. It's just you're on your own. Even if you have support from your parents, you are decision you make. You really gotta think 2 or 3 steps down the road, like who is this affecting? What's happening. But I wish someone told me that because I was just shoved right into that, and I just had to stumble over my mistakes. Oh, also, don't eat the peel of bananas.
Actually, that would be a pretty good one. I wish somebody would have told me that.
What do you mean? Did you say don't eat the peel of a banana?
I felt I got too serious for a second, so.
All right, Austin.
I don't know. I felt like I was pretty prepared for college, to be honest with you. My roommate was great. One of my best friends there. I wasn't really. It's. You just gotta be ready for like how hard the tests are, and like you gotta really teach yourself more than in high school. Like you can't skate by.
That's true.
Well,
That's not true 100%.
But yeah,
it depends on the class. Every
It
class
depends
is
on the
different.
class, yeah. Like I skated by in like mythology, but like the stats class, you can't just like
Shout
go
out.
for it.
G.
Shout out, Miss Doctor. I don't remember your name, but you had a ponytail, so fucking sick.
Like, hold on. Was her hair tied in a ponytail, or did she have a pony's
There's a
tail?
guy.
My question still applies.
What was it? Did she have a pet pony? A tail?
No,
Ponytail.
all right.
It's
Did
fine.
Yeah,
he?
pony.
Sorry, did he have a ponytail in his hair, or did he have a pony's tail?
I
Like,
really
did he
hope
just
to God
have
it's
it?
both.
Sure, he just held the pony's tail up and was like, "This is what happens if you don't listen to the gods."
Like which gods? Like Greek, Roman, others?
All gods.
All of them.
All
every single
gods.
god,
It's a
every
Listen
god
to
ever
all
exists.
gods.
Every god ever exists.
Also, fucking Zeus is a dick.
Zeus is a
Nah.
dick. We can go. Yeah, let's go into this.
He,
I'd be smitten.
we read at least 12 stories where he rapes a girl or guy.
Anyone's fair game.
Game.
Yeah, no, but to be honest, like last week, I was at Five Guys with Zeus, and before, like in the car, literally driving there, he was like, "Hey, I'll pay for us both," and I'm like, "All right, I'm down with that." And then as soon as we got like to the counter, he was just like, "Hey, you got me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I got you, but like you said you were gonna pay for it beforehand." And then he got into this whole thing, and he was in this like big like credit fraud battle with Athena, and Hades stole his credit card and started buying Apple phones.
This fucking dick, dude.
Dude, what?
Zeus, am I right?
This whole time, I thought you were talking about our mutual friend of ours. I was like, "Who the fuck did this?" I mean, that's kind of mean. Who has credit issues?
We are 18 and we're already severely in
I
debt.
just don't understand.
I'm 19.
I'm not.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm 19 too. I constantly don't remember my birthday.
Birthday's
That's
a
the
little
day
bit.
you were born. Idiot.
No, I know. Obviously, I don't know. Birthdays just kind of suck. I hate birthdays like the least fun day of the year.
Facts. I don't like my birthday. I don't like the attention being on me.
After when I was 16, my grandmother died on my birthday, and after that, it was just like
Sorry. Not laughing at your dead
you can laugh.
grandma.
You can laugh. You can laugh.
Dude, I'm so glad your grandma's dead then. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Guys, we have a special guest on the show really quick.
Whoa,
My
special
mom.
guest,
Is
Mama
it Mariana?
Fabian.
Mariana?
Oh my god. Where is everybody? I can't see any of you.
Oh, no, it's not
I'm in the
on call.
computer. Help me.
We're trapped.
Oh my gosh, you guys all in my head or the ears or whatever.
I'm in your ear, like that one Disney movie, the BFG.
What are you talking about?
Obscure reference. Sorry.
Big Friendly Giant.
Oh, BFG.
That movie was written about me.
Mom, do you have anything to say to the viewers or the listeners?
Back
sorry.
home, the listeners back home.
The folks back home.
What should I say?
Anything.
Give us
Hi,
some
Mom.
advice about college.
Mrs. Fabian, I
This is
love you and I
Greg, by
miss
the
you
way.
We miss you, Mrs. Fabian.
so much.
Well, anyway, that's my mother.
We miss you. I love you.
Giant enemy spider. For the viewers back home who don't know,
All right.
the
I
giant
get you're
enemy
making
spider.
a meme out of that.
You're a meme.
Okay.
I'm not even laughing about anything.
Going like to back on track on the college talk. What's the best experience you've had in college?
I would say just my dorm in general. We all got along. We all went out together and we had some pretty crazy times.
That's good.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Jake said he's gonna pass me. Let's spark some good conversation right now. Okay, so have you guys been to the store recently?
No.
Yes,
I went to the
Yeah,
store.
I went to Sheets this morning.
I was at Sheets
How was
like
that?
2 hours ago.
When?
At 10. 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago, 3 days ago. Exactly. On this day. I went to Giant Eagle to get groceries for my family, and it was like really surreal
What a
experience.
sweet boy.
Thanks for calling me
This-
sweet boy, but it was a surreal experience personally.
This last minute must have sounded very odd for anybody who's not back home in Ohio. Because so far we've been to Sheets and a Giant Eagle.
I went to Walmart I went to Walmart / Best Buy the other day.
I went.
Did you get the Best Buy?
I went to Walmart the other day. I went to the one in Medina though. Oh, you guys don't know that, so that's okay.
I went to one Fairlawn.
To everybody else in the world, Medina.
Medina.
God.
Did you walk around the
Well,
queue
originally it
3
was-
times?
Did you know originally Medina was going to be Mecca? But then there was
No.
already a Mecca, Ohio, so they changed it to Medina.
There's also
And then
That's
a
true.
Mecca
somehow
in,
they made it Medina.
True? No way. That's crazy.
Well, it's based after Medina and Mecca, the actual places. There's also a Hinckley in Britain,
Another country.
whatever country that is.
Really?
Yep.
What do you guys think is a good mystery show? Like a good mystery, like either movie or
Scooby Doo
show?
Mystery Incorporated.
Scooby-Doo. All Scooby-Doos.
Are we bringing the Scooby Doo back from episode 1? Oh my goodness.
Mike Tyson's
That's the question,
Mysteries.
dude.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that show.
That's such a good show. Oh my god.
Good
I
job.
show.
love
Outta
that.
here.
Oh my gosh. That's such a good
Yo,
freaking
we
show.
should we're not sponsored by Mike Tyson.
We're not sponsored by Mike Tyson, but
We
if
should
Mike
have him
We
Tyson
on.
are
wants to
sponsored,
sponsor-
however,
No.
by
Tyson, you want to sponsor us?
That'd be cool.
409 multi-surface
Sponsored by
spray.
DMT and Dayquil.
Kills 99.9% of germs in your normal house environment. 409 multi-surfacing spray. The link is in the description.
It is. Oh my fucking god. All right. Goodness.
Wait, Austin, can you talk?
I'm talking right now.
Oh, okay, it sounded very
Do you
odd.
keep moving the mic away from your face?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, because you get
No.
very quiet and then just boom forward.
Am I good right now?
Pretty good.
Nice. Thank you. That's delicious.
Yummy.
I just realized that I unmuted, coughed, and muted instead of the other way around. So sorry about that.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Can you do it again?
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 100%.
Like this sounds like a joke question, but it's true.
It's not.
No. What you got? List of ghost experience.
But me and
Bro,
Jake have watched enough horror movies where we should believe.
All right. Also, like, do you guys remember like
Yeah.
the last like maybe the middle of our senior year, like right before and after winter break, when I kept saying that I keep seeing this old man in the field.
Yes,
Road.
every time at night when I'm by the studio and driving, I always am just looking for it. I don't know why. Every night.
He came back like 3 weeks ago.
No.
Well, I'm glad he's following you then.
It's the only time I've seen him.
You know? Because we've all been back for 3 weeks. Maybe someone has hateful anger towards Jake and they've somehow spent a spirit on him.
That's also very possible.
Who's pissed at me? Tell me right now.
I'm not pissed. I love you.
It's Ondash. I knew it.
Ondash wants to secretly
I trust
kill you.
Morgan enough.
I
Get fucking wrecked on
have a
Ondash.
supernatural experience with a
You've
ghost.
never had a supernatural experience?
I've not had a supernatural experience, so like I'm
We
very.
gotta change this
skeptical on
up.
the whole-
You ready to go
I'm
do
very
some grave
skeptical on the
robbing?
whole-
Yeah, we gotta fix this. Quick.
What? So
I have enough supernatural experiences for my sleep paralysis demons.
What, in your guys' opinion, is the best Scooby Doo episode?
I don't know.
The Mystery of the Boo Brothers.
Cyberspace.
Beauregard
Cyber
Mansions. Leave this place.
Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase.
The blue guy one.
Yeah, the electric guy. The blue
Yeah,
electric.
where there's two mystery
Cyber
gang.
Chase.
Yeah.
Cyber Chase.
That
I know
one
exactly what you're
slaps.
talking about, and I completely agree.
I agree.
Scooby-Doo,
I'm
Cyber
wholehearted.
Chase. Let's give a quick
Everyone watch
shout out.
Scooby Doo Cyber Chase.
Let's give a quick
Shout out to Mike
all the
Tyson again.
listeners.
Shout out to our sponsor, Lay's Baked Potato Chips. Now
Actually-
in sour cream and onion.
Actually, believe it or not, no one really knows this, and I'm announcing these to guys. We are actually sponsored by this on this episode by Anchor.
You're a liar.
Anchor.
How
Are we
much
really?
money did we get?
We are getting a fat check of X amount of dollars because I cannot say.
Type
And
it in the
let's
chat
just say
right
Why
now.
don't you
not a
tell us
fat
these
check.
things?
Type
Well,
it in the
because
chat
I
right
set it
now.
up right before the podcast started, and I was like, "Oh, sure." So, Anchor's free. That's what we use to record our podcast. It's awesome. It's free distribution to like Apple Music and Spotify and Google and just all the platforms and all that. And not only that,
It ports boats.
yeah. And also, the fact is, you can find it really easily by going to Anchor FM or just typing in Anchor into the search bar and finding it. Once again, that's Anchor FM or typing Anchor into the search bar. Thank you, Anchor. You are awesome
For keeping all the boats in one place.
for keeping all the
so
boats down.
many boats.
So
in one
many
All the
place.
boats.
So
Awesome.
I think it'll be kind of cool to break the fourth wall in a podcast like this. Andash, what are the requirements for a sponsor? You know, what did they tell you had to do? So if somebody out there is looking to start their own podcast and wants to get sponsored, what's the requirement? Like, do you have to speak for a certain amount of time, or how does that work?
No, it was actually really easy because Anchor reached out to me. They sent me a message. They're like, "Hey, like you passed X amount of listeners. Like we're able to give you a free sponsorship from our end, being like, we'll give you money because you're getting some plays now, which is cool." And then they were like, "We're just gonna start you off with this, and it's just all you got to do is in your next podcast say this, plug us, and we'll be like, yeah, sure." So regardless, I think just you gotta, for quote unquote starting a podcast, because I've actually gotten some messages about like podcast things like that. So I feel that for the next episode we might toss out some Twitter questions for people and see if they have any questions for us personally or just fun topics they want to hear us talk about and things like that. So we might start doing that for the listeners back home. But
And
you
now
guys really don't like it when I say
So-
listeners back home.
It's
I just
way
think
too
I don't know. For the listeners, you can just say listeners.
For the where are we, dude? We're back home, dude. Listeners back home.
Yeah, but I have a listener that's in Chicago.
They're back home, dude.
So
Regardless,
I have
I
a-
listened to it in my car when I listened to it back for the test.
I listened to it on my phone 3 times.
I listened to it a couple times. Yeah.
I listened to it
Okay, so
83 times.
Morgan is the reason we have so many listens. That's what's
It might be. I
No,
thought
but
about
actually-
that. I wasn't good on Dash though.
it was saying the plays, how Anchor works, which is actually really cool, like all the analytics.
But
it
I didn't
does.
listen to it on Anchor. Sorry, sponsor Anchor.
No, the fact is, Anchor shows me all the analytics, and believe it or not, actually, I'll
And
pull it up.
speaking of sponsors, we are sponsored by Happy Feet 1 and 2, the collection.
Out in Blu-ray.
Now on Blu-ray and DVD.
No. We're not that far yet.
Oh, we can't be sponsored by Blu-ray discs.
The
Just
total play of each
DVD
individual
ROM.
person.
Oh,
You guys
that's
wanna know
cool.
Some interesting analytics about our podcast.
Not
For-
really. Next topic.
All right, no problem. What are some true crime shows that you guys like?
Sherlock.
I don't
That's
watch
not true crime. Just kidding. I take that back.
I don't watch true crime that much.
I think Austin doesn't know the definition of what true crime is.
I literally just said that. I took it back.
I watch Criminal Minds, but I don't know if that's considered true crime because it's not really true. And I really just watch it for the backstory.
I'm not gonna lie, I stopped watching it after Mandy Patinkin left.
I
left
stopped
it.
watching after whatever guy plays Derek Morgan left.
Oh, he leaves? Oh, that's sad.
Dude, that's like we've been past that for like 4 seasons now.
Oh my god, dude. Keep in mind, like Mandy Patinkin leaves like season 2, and I was like,
I always like the guy who played Spencer Reed. I don't know any of the actors' names, so I'm sorry, guy who plays Spencer Reed. I know you're listening.
Spencer Reed's listening.
I know you're listening, Spencer Reed.
Because I just continuously email him every day because I have a weird obsession with him. Yeah, I don't.
Sorry. When you call you out like that, that's my bad, dude.
I think this next topic will spark some debate between us.
Shut up.
Apple
Shut
or
up.
Android?
No,
Oh my
Samsung.
gosh. Doesn't
Or
matter.
Samsung.
It
Samsung.
Doesn't matter.
The
Doesn't matter. Why would you
OG
ask that?
PlayStation.
Doesn't matter. True PlayStation.
I like how
Atari
Austin's
Video
just like,
Computer
"It
System."
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No one
They
cares.
call, they text. Doesn't matter.
Rock Band 2 for the PlayStation.
That's the best one.
So all of us have a
This
pretty
confetti
decent.
feels really weird.
All of us have a pretty decent musical background in some aspect. Name, in your guys' opinion, the 3 most influential musicians of the past 20 years.
20 years? All right, so what's 20 years?
So
Just
20 years
since 2000.
2000.
since 2000, yeah.
Oh, born like whose careers were not readily known before 2000.
Their careers were they were an active musician from 2000 to 2020.
But like a lot of people are. Do you mean like people who did not exist before the 2000s or were not famous before 2000?
You're saying people who started their career after 2000.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Billie Eilish.
Okay.
She's way too young and way too talented to not be popular and not be famous. So that's one of my 3.
But I definitely agree with that.
I agree with that one too.
I agree with
I'm
Billie Eilish.
gonna throw this one out. It's a little rude, but like not even like dead ass right now. Lil Pump.
Really?
No, like if you think about it, I probably will. Whoever started like this mumble rap, they really changed because like there's like a whole like this
SoundCloud
genre
rappers.
of rappers who just like say the same words over and over again,
That's true.
and people listen to it. It's catchy. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Exactly. I'm gonna say Post Malone.
Yeah, I second that. That's 2 of my 3. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
I'm
we have
gonna
to
say
each
it.
Think of 3 of them.
I'm
I thought we were just coming up with 3 altogether.
No,
You can just take other people's. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'm gonna say
It's,
it.
like, sad,
and if
but,
you
like,
guys
still
don't-
copy it, Ondosh.
Hey, I'm talking.
Austin's kicked off the podcast.
We'll replace them later.
I don't.
And I will take over this podcast right now.
What?
Is Austin's mic broken
Yep.
for
Am I
everyone
dead
else?
again? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you've
Something's
been since the
going
mumble
on.
rap comment.
He was like mumble rap, and then there's like, I was like, oh Jesus.
I would say Black Eyed Peas for mine.
That's actually an interesting, for definitely the
Damn,
early
I love the
2000s,
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty valid, not gonna lie.
Name one song by the Black Eyed Peas that isn't a banger besides the new Latino songs they're putting out, which aren't not a banger. They're just not as much of a banger, and they don't have Fergie, so I'm kind of out.
I'm gonna say my top 3: Post Malone, number 1; number 2, Billie Eilish; number 3, Kendrick Lamar.
That's fair.
Yes. Kendrick Lamar won a Pulitzer for his freaking rap album. I agree.
Not only that, I think that he put hip hop into the mainstream of like that's like, I mean, hip hop is the most listened to genre in the world.
I don't know.
right now.
I wouldn't say he put hip hop into the
That's
mainstream
true.
because hip hop's been around since like the Sugar Hill Gang and shit like
That's
that.
true,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't say he put, but maybe the newer style of hip hop because hip hop's definitely not the same, obviously.
Mhm. There's an interesting video on YouTube. I don't know by who it's made, but
Oh, the YouTube Rewind 2017.
no, don't say
Yes.
that. Don't say that. There's a very interesting video made about like the definition of like modern hip hop and modern pop. There, like, I'm not gonna speak too much in this, but I'm just gonna like summarize it. He said there's 2 genres of hip hop. There's pop hip hop and like hip hop. And Kendrick's like the in between of it, where it's like he infuses really good lyrics as well as like really catchy beats and melodies, and that's why he's like so popular, is because he fuses the 2.
Well, yeah, I'd say that's true with almost any genre. If you think about rock, I mean, there's rock and there's actual rock, and then there's a bunch of in between. I mean,
That's
you
very
can
true,
say
yeah.
it for any genre. Country
Totally.
rock, there's stadium country, there's genuine from the heart country, and there's a shit ton of in between. Not saying stadium country isn't from the heart, just saying as a genre standpoint.
One of mine was gonna be Lil Dicky, bringing out like comedy rap almost.
Yeah,
I
comedy
agree with
rap
that,
is.
Yeah.
I really agree with that. I wouldn't say
'Cause, like,
Young
he led
Gravy
to, like-
is super influential because he's doing a great job, but he's doing what other people have done. So yeah,
Right.
I would say Lil's definitely one of the forefathers of that genre.
I think
Little
also
Focus.
Little Dicky is like creating himself more like a brand now than like an artist, because like with his show, I don't know if any of the listeners or you guys have seen this show. His show is hilarious, dude.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, Dave is
that's really
hilarious.
good.
It's a
It's on
good
Hulu
show.
too, which is
I
where I
didn't
watch it.
that much. Soph's been watching it. She sends me clips and stuff, but I haven't like got into it.
He wrote
For the
every,
listeners back home who don't know, Soph is Jake's dog.
yes.
You say daughter?
Doug.
Christ.
Didn't mean that as derogatory. I was just trying to think of the closest thing to not girlfriend I could, and dog came up in my head, so.
Oh man.
Also, sorry if you're hearing a lot of crumpling from my side. I'm crumpling a lot of paper right now, and I should stop. Yeah, there's an Easter basket next to me just full of confetti paper, so I've just been running my hands through it for the past like 15 minutes.
Nice.
What?
ASMR podcast right now.
This podcast is sponsored by Easter basket confetti candy.
I wish, dude. That'd be such a good thing.
You ever have that edible grass?
There's
No.
edible grass.
Yeah, it's called
It's weird.
grass.
Did you guys ever used to do that? Play out in the yard and like pretend like you're a chef, but really you're just eating grass. No, just me.
No.
All right, that's cool.
You're fucked up in that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's backtrack. Let's take a couple notches back. You're telling me. No. Shut the fuck up. Let me talk. You're telling me that you went out into the yard and pretended to be a chef and ate grass?
We would like wrap the grass up in leaves, and then I'd be like, "Here you go, your order's ready."
That explains why your brother's the way he is.
Yeah.
For
So
listeners
what
back
were we
home,
talking
his
about?
brother is pretty rad.
Yeah, shout out Mason.
Shout out
Who's
Mason.
sitting right
And-
behind me right now.
The minute you meet him, you would understand why he would be eating grass because it tastes good.
Okay, do you guys want to know
No.
No.
what
No.
videos on YouTube I've been diving down a path? I watched.
Oh,
like,
we talked about this the
Yeah,
other
we
no,
talked-
no. This is new. This isn't the ayahuasca thing. This is different. I literally, I watched like 20 lawn like cutting videos.
That's weird.
Ew.
That's weird.
No, it's not, dude. These
That's
guys
weird.
that tend to their lawn. It's
Dude, a
literally-
good
I'll tell this
striped
people.
lawn is nice.
That's what I'm saying, and it was
Yeah,
just
but
so satisfying.
Watching it?
I don't know if I could watch
I'm
it,
gonna look
but
up the
doing it
titles.
and looking at it when you're done.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
smelling it?
When I used to mow for the park, we'd have to stripe everything. Parks department, not the park.
Parks and Rec.
Shout
You
out
were on Parks and
Department.
Rec?
I was.
Oh, so
Dude,
I
there's
have
a
a
20
an interesting tidbit. I just said that. Wow.
Did you
Anyways.
say tidbit?
No, shut up. Fuck you. So the guy. So do any of you know the television company Fremulon?
Fremulon.
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
No.
You may recognize it as showing up at the end of Parks and Rec and The Office and other shows.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
So the guy, I forget his. I think it's Michael Schur, maybe, who is the creator. So he co-created The Office and Parks and Rec, and I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yep, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and like a few others. Anyways, so it's the company Fremulon. The says Fremulon is actually Nick Offerman or Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
If you recognize that at all. But I was like, okay, cool. He co-created all these super popular shows. I just never knew who he was until a quick Google of his picture. I want you all to Google Michael Schur right now, Schur, and I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me who you see. I want you to tell me what character he played.
No, I
What?
know that.
Michael what? Sure.
Moe's.
Sure, Schur. Jake, don't
Are
say
you
it. Just let
fucking
them look
kidding
at
me?
No way.
Right, the guy who co-created The Office, Parks and Rec, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine plays Mose on The Office, Dwight's brother.
Moe's was his cousin,
It doesn't matter.
and he was supposed to have
Cousin,
way more
brother,
lines in
same
The
thing.
Office, but they thought it was funnier if he didn't have a lot of lines, so they just cut out most of his stuff.
My favorite line is, "I'm the valet. You have to give me your car."
I'm gonna toss out some of my favorite Creed quotes because Creed is my
Creed's underrated
Creed
character.
is so good. Oh, you guys know the backstory behind like the actual guy, right?
Right,
Isn't his
right.
real name Creed Bratton?
Yes.
More than half the cast real names are their names.
That's
Yeah,
so
so
good.
his real name is Creed Bratton, and you know how in the final episode, sorry, spoiler alert for those idiots who haven't watched The Office all the way through, it said he was in like a 60s band called the Grassroots. He was actually in the 1960s band the Grassroots, and they were like mildly popular. Like I know a few songs, and I did not know that before that, but he's actually was and
Jesus, that's
So-
actually really interesting.
the Creed Bratton, the guy from The Office, was on the Grassroots. So for listeners, look up the Grassroots and listen to some songs. That's Creed. I don't know if he's the singer, or guitarist, or whatever. I know he plays guitar, but
The final episode he sings and he sounds good. So
That song he sings in the final episode is one of his originals.
For the Grassroots?
No, for his under his name. If you
Oh,
look up
Jesus.
Creed Bratton in Spotify or Apple Music, it's called
Shout
Faces or
out
something.
Creed fucking Bratton, dude. Insane. So my favorite Creed Bratton
The
quote
next
is
guest will be
is
John
this.
Krasinski.
Is this.
Yeah.
Nobody steals from Creed Bratton and gets away with it. The last person to do that disappeared. His name?
Creed Bratton.
That
My favorite
killed me.
one is, wow, I'm very lucky that today is Halloween.
I don't care. We're just covered in blood. It's like that.
His shirt is just full of blood.
It's like nice outfit, Creed. I'm very lucky today is Halloween. The Taliban's
I don't know exactly
great
my
heroin
preference,
though.
but or quote.
Dude, when
I've
they
been a
find
member
the
of a
joint,
cult as both a leader and a follower.
when they find the joint in the parking lot, and Dwight interrogates him, and he's like, "That's Northern Lights indica," and Dwight's like, "That's
he knows
marijuana."
the exact one.
No, Creed, that's marijuana.
So funny.
When Creed,
Of
Brad
course,
was
that's
never-
followed up by the no, Dwight. When I didn't hear you said I would be I would be going. Yeah, I fucked it up, but you get the point.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Creed Bratton has never declared bankruptcy.
doesn't-
When Creed Bratton gets in trouble, he transfers his debt to William Charles Schneider.
Next up on our podcast is gonna be Creed Bratton. This is gonna be our first guest.
We hopefully, dude. If we can get Creed Bratton,
Should I
on the
DM him?
podcast-
We should all.
We should do like an Eric Andre style where it's clearly not Creed Bratton, but we pretend it is and ask him questions anyways. But of course we
That's
can't
so
do that
good.
now that I just said that. But we can
Ah,
definitely
that's
do
true.
that down the run with like any other person.
rewind about 2 minutes and then fast forward 5. Thank you. And now they don't know. They don't know.
Okay, tell our editing team.
They skipped it.
This is our good one. You ever notice you can only ooze two things: sexuality and pus? Man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll
Man, I'll tell you.
what was the one where he had some weird fruit or like legumes or something growing in his desk?
Mung beans.
Oh, I found it. Cool beans, man. I live by the quarry. We should hang out there by the quarry and throw things down there.
Where he dyes his hair just black with printer ink.
Hey, Andash.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Creed Bratton quotes online, you owe me $5. Ooh,
Fuck.
fake fan.
Don't
Fake
lie.
fan.
We didn't
Don't
have.
lie.
He hasn't had every episode memorized yet.
Fucking okay. I'm fucking sorry. I'm gonna say this. When people like, I will look up quotes from The Office, and people like this isn't the first time. It happened in college where people got salty at me
Beep,
because I looked up the quotes and I didn't
beep.
know them.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
I'm leaving this podcast.
No,
I'm in
just
charge
kidding.
now. All right, so we're switching topics.
I want to be in charge.
I've lost host control.
All right, Andash has lost host control. Me, Morgan, and Austin are now the hosts. Andash is the guest every episode.
See how it's already crashed? Darn loser. Exactly.
Yeah, Jake, you didn't come up with any questions.
I forgot what
Got
I was
host
doing, and I
control back.
accidentally opened
Got
Facebook
host control
Marketplace.
back.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
All right,
yes, sir.
transferred back to Andash.
All right, that's
Sorry,
not bad.
Andy.
I lost
What
my
is-
chance.
What? Okay, this is a little topic here for the listeners. There's
Back home?
only for the listeners back home. There's only a few things that really grinds my gears, and one of them is being called Andy. And these fuckers do two things to me that I still just really butters my egg roll the
But
wrong
I'm
way.
gonna stop you right there. I remember I had been friends with Andash. I'd known him since elementary school and been good friends for like 2 years. We walked into a what was it? A Fire Pizza or whatever
Yes.
that we are actually sponsored by. Check
we're
out
not fucking-
Pizza Fire.
Stop
They're all
listing
going
sponsors.
bankrupt. They're closing.
Anyways, we walked in and Andash goes to the counter and he puts in his order and the guy goes, "Okay, what's your name?" And he goes, "Andy," and walks away. And Greg, Jake, and I are just staring at each other there in utter amusement that Andash just said his name was Andy, walked away like it didn't matter. So Andash in public uses the name Andy instead of Andash because people
Only when I
are too dumb to pronounce Andash.
Only
So
when I
we call
order
him
food.
Andy.
Only when I order food, dude. Do you
Yeah,
know
I
how
mean,
many
but when else are you
times
using
my
your name?
name's been butchered? Do you
Sorry,
know how many
Andy.
times my name's been butchered in my life? Dude,
At least
The
seven.
worst I've
Andros.
gotten. No. The worst I've gotten the butchering of my name was a substitute teacher in Mr. Martin's class in high school. He looked at this
For
paper.
the listeners out there, Mr. Martin was a teacher in our high school.
Thank you. Fucking. Do you know what
You're
this
welcome,
guy
Andy.
called me? This guy called me Andrea. Are you kidding me? My name doesn't even have an E in it.
Yes, it does.
Oh my god! It literally.
And DRASE.
It's episode 2 and I'm already quitting.
Do it. Give us control.
Give us control.
Wait, we already tried that and it didn't work.
It did not
It
work
didn't
out.
work.
It's
I
gonna
said the
work.
3 of us, and all 3 of us failed. All right, you can't blame that on me.
Yeah, but Austin and I weren't prepared. We didn't know the coup was happening. You just
you
said it.
gotta warn us next time.
It's kind of like Germany. They didn't know it was happening.
Germany did know what was happening. The rest of Europe didn't know what was happening.
I took a Hitler's Germany class in college. It was pretty good, not gonna lie. It was just talking about like just life during that time and how like everyone was just like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He seems all right, I guess.
Well, that's the really weird thing that I find with Hitler is that a lot before we knew a lot of the bad things that happened before the war and everything, a lot of people in America were actually big supporters of Hitler. It was very odd. I was like looking back through textbooks. A lot of people were actually like really big proponents of him because he was so charismatic and everything before he, before all the terror stuff that he did was, came out. A lot of people really liked him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, everyone talks about Hitler and yeah, he was awful. He was a horrible human being. I'm not going to condone anything Hitler did. And Lord knows no one should. But like, I don't know. I think he's just such a big part of like history that everyone's so fascinated by how awful he was and just,
They're all saying he's one of like top 3 most like known historical figures.
really.
I would think so. Have you ever met someone who doesn't know Hitler?
Morgan, what did you just send?
Yeah, I didn't hear that at all.
What? I didn't say anything.
Morgan?
I was agreeing with
Okay.
the
No, you said
historical figure
something.
thing. No, I didn't send anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Morgan just sent an entire
He sent a
biology
Wikipedia
textbook.
page on the sea cucumber.
Nice. Shout out to Sea Cucumber.
But it's
Shout out to our sponsor, Sea
Sea
Cucumber.
Cucumbers.
Jeez. We're not
It helps you see cucumbers.
It does help.
You really have to clarify that we're not sponsored by Sea
We're
Cucumbers.
not sponsored by sea cucumbers.
Yes, we are.
Hey, you
We're
can
not-
never
We are
be
not
careful.
sponsored
They
by
DM'd me,
Sea
dude. They
Cucumber,
DM'd me.
but we are sponsored by the company Sea Cucumber. They've sent us 4 cucumbers that I can clearly see. So, I don't know. I'd say we're sponsored. Shout out Sea Cucumber.
Oh, Sea Cucumber, not just Cucumber. Fuck those guys.
No, cucumbers don't exist.
All right, I gotta say it. We need to start a vlog channel where we play with light brights. Okay?
The fuck is light brights?
Never played with a light bright?
You
No,
know-
dude.
Bruh.
Do you know what I?
We need to do this on one of our podcasts when we start
We need
recording
to teach Andosh
like actual
light
video
bright
for
brights.
them.
Yeah. So, in terms of plans
think I
going
still have one,
forward for
maybe.
people, we're gonna start releasing podcasts just as quick as we can get them recorded, and we're gonna start releasing at least 1, possibly 2 a week. So that's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna strive for 2. I think that'll
We're
be
gonna
good.
strive for 2, but we're
Maybe
at least
one.
gonna get 1 a week. So
Obviously,
just
we're busy.
pumping out content, so which is good. But when we can record and when we can, get together. But after quarantine's over, we're planning on at least meeting once a week, and we're also gonna have camera footage, and we're all gonna be in the same room, and we're all gonna have a really good time. So currently, we're using Discord. If anyone was curious, to all be in the same call and record.
This
And,
podcast is sponsored by Discord.
It is not.
I
sponsored.
know. I know.
We cannot definitely say that. I might have to bleep that out.
So
But
I
we can
think I
say
said
we're
something
sponsored
really
by
bad.
NyQuil.
Sponsored by
I-
DMT.
I'm more nervous about Discord coming after us than NyQuil is coming after us.
Well, you're making the people from NyQuil mad.
They're so
For
pissed.
just to clear everything up, I love NyQuil.
Oh, I love NyQuil. I really
put it on
love
everything.
NyQuil.
Burgers, hot
You ever
dogs,
eat that NyQuil chicken?
bratwurst, hot dogs,
Dude.
burgers,
I use it as a
bratwurst,
base for
hot
most
dogs,
soups.
burgers, bratwurst, hot dogs,
What's
burgers.
the first thing? What's the first thing you guys want to do?
Hot
Hot
dogs.
dogs, burgers.
We're gonna.
Did
do
you remember
one
bratwurst?
more final question.
Burgers.
Final
One
question.
Please.
This is Final Jeopardy.
We're gonna do one final question for everyone.
What is Japan?
Sponsored by Final.
We're gonna do one
It's
final
the
question.
end.
Jesus fuck! Oh, I just wanna. I'm trying to get it on. Oh God, Lord, please just end my life.
Yeah, sorry.
All right,
Andosh is a
Andosh
very
gone. We
religious
have the
man.
final question. We have the final.
I'm
question.
gonna toss silence from the boys.
I'm gonna ask the final question because Andosh was cooed again.
The final question is
So, where do you want?
pancakes?
What do you want to do when you die?
I want to haunt each of you.
No, the three of us will die so that you can have your supernatural experience.
I'm gonna resurrect myself into Andosh.
I'm going to come back
And then
as a
take
ghost and
over
haunt
his
my
life.
dead body,
Please do.
and then live forever.
All right, final sentence and
Jeopardy.
closing remarks. So, what is the first thing you guys want to do when quarantine's over?
Didn't we last this last time?
No, we talked about what we've been doing during quarantine. This is what the first
Oh.
thing we want to do when it's over.
I don't know.
I want to get together with you dudes.
I
Yeah,
quite
that's a
literally
pretty
want
good
to do the same thing. What I really want to do is I really want to do a barbecue of just all the boys and just all my friends and just come over and we have a good time.
I don't know. Barbies are pretty expensive. Burning them would be
$25 for a doll.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't know why people throw shrimp all over.
People throw shrimp all over.
No, that's
Anyway.
just the Australian way of saying baby. They're throwing shrimp on babies. It's a tradition.
Do you
We are
guys have
sponsored
any-
by
It's like a
Australia.
bar mitzvah, but
do you,
for
do
Australian
you guys
people.
have any closing statements?
I don't know. I was just gonna keep talking.
Well, thank you for all the listeners out there. We are the Talkative Bunch, and
Has it been an hour?
It's been over an hour, dude. We started
Oh.
recording at roughly 12:30.
Hey, you better not say Craig leave. I got something to say.
Okay.
I have something to say.
Say
I
something.
don't believe that people actually enjoy bananas. They just eat them because they're there.
Wow.
No
That's a
one-
bold
no
statement.
one's just
That's a
like-
bold
no one's
statement.
just like, yeah, I want to eat a banana. They're just like, hey, a banana.
Austin, closing
That-
remarks.
Yeah, Austin, you got a fair point.
Austin, last thing you want to say?
Pitbull.
You say Pitbull?
Pitbull.
Oh, Mr. Worldwide.